According to the Pew Research Center, there are roughly 3.4 billion active social media users around the world. Users have an average of 5.5 social media accounts each and spend at least 2 hours a day on social platforms. That's a massive audience, and the content you deliver via social media absolutely must be accessible if you want to reach everyone. If you can't share accessible content on a particular social media platform due to limitations inherent to that platform, you need to be prepared to provide alternatives. That might mean posting additional details in the comments, providing a link to a more accessible version on your website, or finding creative workarounds. Let's start with some general best practices for writing accessible social media posts. Write clearly and succinctly, avoiding jargon, abbreviations, and acronyms. When you use hashtags, use camel case. That's when you capitalize the first letter of each word. Why? Because screen readers can parse camel case hashtags more easily, reading them as separate words rather than a jumbled string of letters. And place hashtags at the end of your posts rather than interspersing them throughout your text. When you're linking to content, identify what kind of content it is. Is it a picture, a video, audio? Let users know and mention whether it will autoplay. This helps people make informed decisions about whether to click. Here's something important: emoticons. Those text-based symbols like the shrug, backslash, underscore, parentheses, aren't accessible to screen readers. Use emojis instead. Emojis have labels so screen readers can identify them. For example, the crying emoji is announced as loudly crying face. However, before using an emoji, look up how it translates to text, because sometimes the descriptions are unexpected. And use emojis sparingly, 2 to 3 per post maximum, because hearing multiple emoji descriptions in a row can be tedious. When linking to outside content, consider using URL shorteners when necessary. They can make your post cleaner and easier for screen readers to announce. However, be aware that some people are wary of shortened URLs because they obscure the destination. If you're able to use a custom domain for your shortened URLs, that builds more trust. Let's talk about linking to your social media pages from your own website. When you display social media icons, make sure they're properly labeled. Don't just rely on the visual icon. Someone using a screen reader needs to know whether that link goes to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn. This example from the San Antonio website does this perfectly, with clear labels like "Visit us on Facebook" and "Follow us on X." This is good for accessibility and good for SEO. Now let's look at specific platforms and how to add accessibility features on each one. Twitter, or X as it's now called, added the ability to describe images back in 2016. In 2022, they added an alt badge on images that have descriptions. When you tap the badge, you can see the image description in a dialog. The accessibility team at X has seen significant turnover, so features may change. But as of now, here's how it works. When you add an image to a tweet, you'll see an Add Description option. Click it, and you can type your alt text. When writing alt text, context matters enormously. Auto-generated alt text, or AAT, has been implemented on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. It can be convenient, but it may not properly understand the context in which an image is being used. You need to write alt text that conveys your intended meaning, not just a generic description. On Instagram, go into advanced settings when you're creating a post. Go to accessibility, then write alt text, and you can enter your description. Instagram will also auto-generate alt text if you don't provide it, but again, take your time to write your own description for better results. Facebook allows you to add alt text, but only after you've posted an image to your feed. Open the photo, go to the Edit option, then Edit alt text. You'll see a preview of an auto-generated alt text, or you can add your own. The steps slightly differ between Facebook desktop and mobile apps, so check the support documentation for your specific platform. LinkedIn prompts you to add alt text when you're uploading an image for a photo post or article. You can use auto captions or write your own. There's also an add description link you can use. In this next segment, we'll tackle moving content in multimedia, videos, animations, and everything that adds dynamism to your marketing.